Hello everyone, welcome to the spoiler talk for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slingshot, which, let's be honest here, could have just been an episode of the show, because this is about the length of one episode, so in a way, it's also kind of like an episode talk, in a way, funny enough. Anyway, yeah, this is the next thing that I'm tackling, even though there is a slight little spoiler in this one, for Season 4's beginning part, because of, you know, the way that the story unfolds, because we cut to present day, and that is like during Season 4. The thing is that this season takes place a couple of months ago, and the present day stuff takes place, you know, like after episode 5 or something like that. In that sense, that's kind of now of Season 4. That's kind of how you need to look at it. So there is a slight spoiler. However, to me, the spoiler doesn't really matter because of the fact that this was always going to happen. Like, you didn't know that Daisy was going to be back with S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, come on, dude. Of course she was going to be back with S.H.I.E.L.D. eventually, you know? It's like, it's not the biggest spoiler to me, you know? Anyway, so this is a story entirely based off of Yo-Yo, so let's get into this spoiler talk. So Yo-Yo walks over to Daisy and they need to get their story straight about what happened a couple of months ago. And basically, a couple of months ago, she wanted to go after the guy who killed her cousin. And also, Coulson has stepped down as director of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Yo-Yo is going to sign the accords. But the reason that Coulson stepped down is because of the fact that S.H.I.E.L.D. needs to go public, which means that, you know, he can't really be the face of it all because, you know, some people still think he's dead. But she tells Coulson about the fact that she wants to go after someone, and then Coulson's like, no, tell it to Mace, don't tell it to me. Mace, by the way, is the new director of S.H.I.E.L.D. He is he's a difficult character to like. I mean, later on, you'll like him, but like early on, no, you're not gonna like him in the beginning, that's for sure. I remember hating this guy at the beginning of Season 4, but that's for next time in the MCU, that one, because I don't know what comes out next week, so let's just say next time in the MCU, because that's when we'll be doing Season 4. So she goes upstairs to meet with Mace, who then basically does all the Accord stuff with her, outside of, you know, the stuff that Fitz and Simmons are better equipped for, let's just say that. So then she's pretty excited to tell him about the fact that she wants to go after that corrupt cop, but he kind of instantly shuts her down. He's like, no, okay, this is how it's gonna work, okay? We're gonna basically give that information to the people at the top, and then they're gonna decide whether it's worth pursuing, and if it is, who's gonna be the one pursuing it. And that is just, it doesn't make her happy. However, before she leaves, a little quick pickpocket is needed because her badge can't access what she needs to access. So she pickpockets the pass from Mace. And then she goes downstairs for her examination, and Fitz and Simmons argue about a TV being too big. I mean, at least Fitz is like, it's 80 inches, and Simmons is like, no, it's not that gonna be hang up. However, they kind of get a little bit too close to the computer, so in a way, we have some fun with Yo-Yo, who needs to kind of keep them away from the computer, which I did enjoy those antics that she does. She even throws Fitz completely under the bus for no absolute reason at all, because of the fact that she's like, have you two thought about moving in together? It's like, don't, please don't, why? But then, you know, Sim is like, maybe, you know, we could have this. It's like, who could live without it? And then later on, Fitz walks up to her, gives her new watch, and is like, thanks! But the new watch has a tracker on it, so that's gonna be a little bit of a problem, and I thought that we were gonna kind of deal with that, because they set it up like it's going to be a problem, but it's not. So then afterwards, she has a nice moment with Mac, and then later on, May knows that she stole from the director. So May gets her alone, talks to her a bit. However, May trusts her enough to let her go anyway, and she'll say nothing to Mace about her antics. So Yo-Yo heads off, and she finds the guy. However, she gets caught, sadly enough. And it turns out that he is dealing with the watchdogs. He is selling them, or he's supposed to sell them, the weapon from Season 1. You remember that box weapon? Yeah, that one. And he wants to use it on Yo-Yo. However, then the room starts to shake, and yep, also, by the way, we learn here that Coulson and Mac have been tasked with going after Daisy. However, Quake's here, and she blasts a couple of people away, frees Yo-Yo, and then they are in a bit of a sticky situation. However, the guy that Yo-Yo wants runs away, so Daisy uses her powers in order to hold off the watchdogs while Yo-Yo goes after the guy. And she's ready to kill him, but she can't do it. She is still going to arrest him after all. However, behind her, a watchdog is using the weapon on her, so she uses her speed in order to dodge the attack and grab the weapon. The problem is, on the other side of her is him. So the watchdog blows up up the guy that she wanted to capture. And afterwards, well, S.H.I.E.L.D arrives. And then we cut back to present day where Daisy deletes the data entry, which I'm like, they've been sitting on that data entry for months now. You want to tell me that they've been sitting on that data entry for months now? Really? Okay. But she deletes the data entry. And also Yo-Yo is like, look, I didn't kill him, okay? I'm not capable of that. And Daisy's like, I know. And that's it. That is a little short story. My goodness, this is literally an episode, Doc, in a sense. But it's 6 episodes long. I can't help it that these episodes are 3 to 5 minutes long in total. But overall, yeah, I enjoyed it as an episode itself. I kind of wish there was more to it, though. I will say that. And I feel like they could have just put this as an episode for season 4 instead of making it its own thing. However, if you want to watch it, don't worry about that. You don't really have to pay any money because of the fact that it's all on YouTube, on ABC's YouTube channel, because I was searching around because of the fact that it's not on Disney Plus, which annoyed me because why isn't it on Disney Plus? And also, this annoys me even more, this is not available on the season 4 Blu-ray of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And why is it not available on the season 4 Blu-ray? Huh? Why? It is literally a part of season 4. Like, why isn't it? And also, it feels like a bit forced. I don't know. I don't really want to say it, but it did feel a bit forced because of the fact that in this thing, we have the guy who killed her cousin, and he's back again. However, he was arrested before, but I guess the charges didn't stick or whatever. But it's like, we already kind of wrapped that whole thing up with him being arrested, so why are we back to doing this again? I don't get it. But overall, like I said, I enjoyed it. It was a fun little mini series, and the fact that it's on YouTube, just type in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slingshot in the YouTube search bar, and there you have it. You can find it there very easily. And that's the spoiler talk. Wow, didn't expect it to be less than 10 minutes long, but that's the spoiler talk for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slingshot. A little bit of an in-betweener for next time when we get into the big one, which is season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I'm done. That's it. Overall, yeah, I liked it. So let me know what you guys thought about this in the comment section down below. Spoiler filled, as always. You are allowed to do it in the spoiler talks. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if you're not already, turn notifications. Don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel, link in the description and at the end of the video. And next time we're gonna be riding the ghosts. Bye!